Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I'm Carbador. Welcome to my channel. Hope all is warm and well in your world today. Sir, things are the same. Hot and okay. It's actually a little bit cooler today. It's supposed to, like I said the other day, it's supposed to be cooling over the next few days. And as I have also said, between like 5 and 7 a.m. is when it's coolest. Right before the sun decides to return to the sky. So it's actually bearable. Last night was fucking god awful. I'd like to apologize for no Fall Guys Fortnite Friday last night. Unforeseen circumstances. Real life will do that to you sometimes. But yes, as you can see from the title of the video, somebody went shopping again. Somebody decided they needed them a new outfit. Come on, save it. You can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you, YouTube. You can. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good YouTube. That's a good YouTube. Oh no. Okay, volume's already turned down. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Do, 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 do. Okay, so here we go. I had this thumbnail partly done already, so it didn't take as long. The preamble today didn't take as long. There's her new outfit. I think she's rocking it personally. Personally, I think she's rocking it pretty good. I'm digging it. Digging it. She really has become like the almost the opposite of Viesa. Whereas Viesa uses guns, Nell uses a sword. Whereas Viesa's primary color is black and gold, Nell's primary colors are white and pale gold. So they're kind of similar, yet different. I like it. And just so you can see with the new hair what her other outfits look like. And I had to buy the no, I already had the last slot. I was going to say I had to buy the last slot, but no, I didn't have to do that with her. I already had all the slots. So I'm digging this. I also did something else. Let's see here. Nope, wrong way. Go this way. This. We did that. And we did That pink lightning works for her outfit, I think. I think it works for her outfit. And this one, because I've decided that she's all engineer, right? So she's got powers, but mostly all her shit comes from like tech and stuff like that. Perhaps even that maybe her arcade developed in a way that she became even more like Forge in the X-Men, where Forge can essentially take like a fucking a piece of chewing gum wrapper, a fucking thumbnail, and maybe a spoon, and he can make you a fucking plasma gun. You know what I'm saying? He can just put shit together and make weapons and fucking equipment and stuff like that. He just has that kind of I can't remember the word, affinity for it. That's his mutant power. That's kind of what the way I envision her arcade um manifesting, in that she, just has that knowledge of technology. So I gave her that. I think it works for her. I think it does. And that's it. So the only two people now that do not have their own spawn is Valby and Haley. Of course, obviously, I know which one I'm going to give her. We're going to give her this one eventually because it's hers. Haley, I don't know who what I'm considering this one because it looks kind of like little ice cubes. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of considering that one for her. I could get this, but I don't want something stupid for them. You know, I don't like the silly ones. So I'm thinking real hard. This is that one would have been cool for somebody or someone. So it's either that or I guess I could maybe do that one since she's such a try hard. But I'm thinking more towards the what looks like ice cubes. I know that's supposed to be fission and fusion, but it looks like little ice cubes. So that's probably the one I'm going to give her. What is in the battle pass today? I don't know. I don't know. Um, nothing big. Nothing big. Easily done. Easily done. Easily done. Got all this one done. I did some more melee kills. Some more melee stuff with Nell, of course. Getting it up there. Uh, yeah, things are looking good. Viesa has once again surpassed Freyna, but as soon as I do that mission with Freyna, that gives her like fucking 2,000 or so. Probably no, it's probably well more than that. It's probably like 3,000. Just that one thing, that one mission that I do with her. So it's very, it's easier for her because of that mission to acquire the kills than it is for Viesa. Okay, so that's what's going on there. But I'm definitely digging the hair, digging this little outfit, digging it, digging it. Digging it. I wish you didn't have the handcuffs though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish you didn't have the handcuffs. It's like why does she have handcuffs? why why does why did somebody need that? And we need to put a pair of handcuffs on her. Why? I don't know. Just put some handcuffs on her. Okay, I guess. I don't know why you think she needs handcuffs, but we'll design some little handcuffs on her. On her side there. Just seems unnecessary. So we got some research. Let's go check that out. That's kind of cool. Very shiny. Very shiny. Hot haze. Well, you got nice.
New research. I'm listening.
I hear you. All right, got them working again. Okay. Whoa, what the hell happened? I don't know what that was about. That was weird. All right, so we're just gonna apocalyptic idiot Canada. There's a lot of apocalyptic idiots in Canada. Most of them are in charge of their government. Most of them. Wait, what was that? No, stop it. Nothing there. I'm gonna punch something. Keep hitting the wrong damn buttons. Okay. Stop it. Got some serious cash flow. It's so nice having just an abundance of gold. Copper. So nice. All right. You know what? You know what I'm doing? You know what? Rob, before we jump in here, let's take a journey to the kitchen real quick because it is actually cool enough. It is actually cool enough that I can drink coffee right now. I'm taking advantage of it. I have a lot of shit to do today after the stream. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go do my plasma donation, and then I gotta go see the movie. Yeah, part of my problem last night is I wasn't able to go to the 6:50 showing was when it was actually scheduled, right? And I got there at like 10 after 7, right? Might have been closer to 15 after 7, right? Which is not a big deal. Because the last two times that I've gone to the movies, the Backrooms and the fucking Masters of the Universe movie, right? There was at least 20 minutes of fucking commercials. If you've been to the movie, you know that's the way it goes. 20 minutes of commercials. So I was like, I'm not going to miss anything. I'll just show up and, watch the movie. I didn't think it was any big deal. Well, apparently, movie theaters now, because everything is so, technical, right? You know, computers and everything. They don't just print you out a ticket. Just say, here you go on in. You know, it has to go through the computer. You have to choose your fucking seat and the whole goddamn 9 yards. By the way, let me just say, I fucking hate that. I absolutely despise that. That now, when you go to the movie, you can't just walk up there and say, "Give me a ticket." You're like, "Okay, choose your seat." It's like, how about I just go in there and find one? How about I do that? How about I just go in there and find a fucking seat and sit down? Do I need to assign a particular seat? Is this a goddamn concert? No. This is a fucking movie. Is it really necessary to do that? But apparently it is. But at any rate, so I get there and I walk up and I'm like, yeah, I just need one for the Furious, please. It's 650. And the dude's like, oh, the computer won't let us sell it because it's 15 after. And I was just like, what? Are you shitting me? He was like, no, we can't. It won't let us do it. Literally after a certain time, you cannot go see the movie. So even if you're like fuck it, I'll just go in and miss the fucking previews. Nope, nope. I was like, what the fuck? So that fucked everything up. Everything. And then I got wrangled into some bullshit. And it just did not end up being the night that I had hoped that it would be. But that's the world for you. What is the saying? The best laid plans of mice and men. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. You can plan all you want and in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up faster. This is what I intend to do. And then the world says, oh, is it? Is that what you were planning to do? Well, don't let me get in the way with this.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendants.
That's right. You better run, bitches.
Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendants, stop.
It's actually cool enough right now that my ears are barely sweating. Yesterday morning, oh my God, my ears in these headphones it was just it felt like I was wearing sponges on my ears. My ears were sweating so bad. Today it's not so bad. Not so bad. Did you say shut up? Fuck you, bitch. Say shut up to me. Don't you disrespect Ninja Nell like that. Oh, I got y'all. Okay. Need sword bullets, motherfuckers. Well, you did, and now you're dead. That's the way it happens sometimes. We were just discussing playing. You know what I'm saying? We were just discussing that, and you proved it. Fuck you. Freeze me, bitch. Give me some goddamn sword bullets, for fuck's sake.
Emergency preparation.
Where you going, bitch?
Mission complete. All units proceed to transport location. Great work out there.
Ninja Nell! And we'll go to the other one. I won't do the whole episode with Nell. I might bounce around a little more with some people today, since yesterday was the all Viessa episode. But you know, as I've said before, Viessa is the star of the show. She is the main character in the Carbonor world of the First Descendant. She is the Buffy. The Angel.
This is Hound action to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable.
I use those two as reference because those are two very good shows.
Enemy troops are being
Oddly enough,
transferred in large numbers.
funny enough,
You must attack their point of origin.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, fucking awesome show, but I hated Buffy. I hated Buffy. I thought she was an entitled, opinionated fucking little fucking bitch most of the fucking time. Always whining about, I'm in charge. Just like, oh, fuck you. But yeah, she was, and she made so many absolute shit decisions. So goddamn many shit decisions throughout the course of that fucking show. That she was my least favorite character in the whole goddamn fucking show. Yeah, she did a lot of sacrificing, you know what I'm saying? She did a lot of pivotal moments and stuff like that, but most of her decisions were completely self-serving. You know what I'm saying? She was way more concerned with herself than she was the rest of the crew most of the time. Angel was a much better show than Buffy. Buffy was good, don't get me wrong, but Angel was so much better. Speaking of shows, they finally canceled Doctor Who. They finally accepted the damage that had been done to the whole fucking franchise. And canceled it. So it'll probably be, I don't know, 10, 15 years before they try it again. But they got a lot of shit to fix. A lot of stuff to retcon. A lot of shit to repair. Before that show can come back and be successful again. And it's going to take about that long for there to be a writer who's willing to do it. Because right now it's going to require erasing a lot of shit that people don't really have the balls to erase right now. Like, as you know, you're gonna have to erase the first female Doctor. That has to not exist anymore. And I'm sorry if anybody finds that sexist out there, but the Doctor is a man. The Doctor is a man. It is not only necessary for the story that he be male, it is also necessary for the fucking narrative of the whole goddamn show. Just the mechanics of the show. You've got a time traveler who travels through time and takes charge whatever time he happens to go into. If you go into the past, especially humanity's past, to a certain point, there's no woman taking control of shit. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that's going to fucking let a woman take charge of a goddamn thing when you're talking about like medieval times or Roman times or fucking. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna fucking happen. So the very premise that there could be a female Doctor traveling through time and taking charge, just by the mechanics of the show, it's not believable. It's not fucking believable. It's not gonna happen. So they're gonna have to do that. And they're gonna have to erase the Black Doctor. Not because he's black, but just because of the bullshit that they pulled throughout the story. The separating, so that now there's 2 Doctors at a time. So essentially, and because it's like retroactive, there's, instead of 15 Doctors, now there's 30. They're going to have to retcon the fact that the very first Doctor, way back when, is no longer the first Doctor. Now the first Doctor is a little black girl that Time Lord stole her abilities, and that's how she naturally has some kind of fucking time traveling ability, and the Time Lord stole her power and used it for their own technology. Yeah, that's gonna have to go away. That's gonna have to never have been. And right now, there's no writers that have the balls enough to do that, because of the backlash they would receive by a bunch of people on Twitter who don't watch the show, but who want to believe that the show exists within the confines of their wokeness. And that's going to take a while. That's going to take a while. But yeah, there is so much damage to that show. You know, it's just, there you go. You fucked it up. You broke what could have been a fucking. It could have gone on and on and on, because technically every time there's a new Doctor, it can become the show, the whole vibe of the show, everything, the art style, everything can change. It's the way it's always been, so it can always stay fresh and new, despite being familiar. You know what I'm saying?
Good work, Descendant.
But nope. They had to fuck it up. And they did. And it's gone now. And it will be for a while. It'll be a while before they'll be willing to fucking to give it a chance to waste money on it. It's such a shame. Such a shame. That was such a good fucking show. Such a good fucking show. And they decided that they had to fucking focus on the message more than entertain us with a good quality show with a good character that we all love so much. Nope. And what happened happened. Why? Do you see that? What is the deal with that? Why do some people have that little fuzziness around their ass and their crotch? I don't understand that. I see that sometimes. Is that my settings? Is it their settings? I don't understand. I don't understand what that is or why. Hobo in Walmart. I like that name. That is an original name. Hobo in Walmart. That's a pretty cool name. I gotta admit, that's a pretty cool name. All right, we had a little fun with Nell. Let's see what that did to our melees. Got her a bit. Got her a bit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. How's her weapons looking? 38 and 25. She's almost in another one. You know what? Let's see if we can't just get both the sword and her up to 40. So we'll do another mission with her. We'll do another mission with Nell. I'm happy to show off her new outfit. The cowboy outfit I had deemed as her standard outfit, you know, because that's one of the things that I do is it with all their different outfits is they have one that's like their standard base outfit that they wear. It had been this because I do like this. This is pretty cool. I mean, it really is. That's pretty cool. It's a cool outfit. But now I'm thinking her standard outfit might be this. I'm thinking hard about it. I wanted to do flesh for the part, you know, that around her neck and stuff. But because of the neckline, I will demonstrate. I will demonstrate real quick. Which one is it? Is it you? It is. I really wanted to. This one was the one that was closer. No, it was this one. But because of that neckline, I was like, I just don't like the way it looks. I just don't like the way it looks. You know? Wait, there was another one. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, that's the one that I chose. That's the one that I used. So, I decided to go with the very pale. It's actually, what is it? leather matte beige. So it still looks somewhat translucent, and yet still white as well. So I wanted to. I tried. I was like, oh, I can make that, especially because of if that were actually mesh, there would be fabric between the cleavage. So, it looks like that they kind of set it up for you to paint that, color this flesh tone. It's just that neckline. If they had done something like, if they had like given her some kind of choker at the very top to like differentiate, that would have been it had been a totally different story. It'd been a totally different story. But because it just ends there. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Personal preference, though. Personal preference. Ah. Ba-do-ba-do-do-do. Oh, I need to look and see what movie comes out next week, because I don't know. I know Supergirl comes out the Friday after next, and I'm going to be one of the few people who apparently is going to pay money to go see that. Get out from behind me, bitch. Yeah, eat a dick. Where are you at? Where is it? Is there another person? There you are. Asshole. Green. Yes, that's what. Green. Green is the sword bullets. Okay. Reminding myself. Wait. Who'd I forget? Which one of you motherfuckers is lingering? There you go. Level 39. Oh shit, that was bad. God damn it. Thought I could make it. Am I over here? Okay, I'm over here. Oh, you great business. Oh, apparently, I saw something else. The Tomb Raider remake that I was raving about the other day, possibly yesterday, that I'm really wanting to play. Apparently, the actress who plays Laura in it has come out and apparently in an interview and said that the game is for men, women, and gays. And apparently that's causing some controversy. I didn't read or watch the video because fuck you, son of a bitch. Because I suspect it's people trying to drum up just some fucking turmoil. What I believe is that likely what she's saying is that the game is just for everybody. You know, it's not just for one type of person. It's for everybody. But of course, that's not the way that hate tubers are going to describe it. Of course, they're going to say, "Oh, the next Tomb Raider's woke. Look what the actress said." It's like, yeah, but shouldn't the game be for everybody? I mean, that doesn't mean that it's gonna have like a massive fucking, you know, gay plot or something like that. But if there's a character who is gay, I mean, gay people do exist. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't have a problem with gay people being in a game. There's a total difference between having a natural, realistic feel and the fact that there might be a gay person somewhere around. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is when the whole game is set up to be like gay is awesome and straight is stupid. You know what I'm saying? As so many of them are. So I don't have an issue if there's a gay character, so long as it doesn't become the focus of the goddamn game. And I used to watch a lot of them until I realized that's literally all you motherfuckers do. The amount of time that you talk about things that you actually enjoy versus the things that you hate it's not even comparable. That's literally all you do is just everything that happens, you take the worst possible slant that you can to try to paint it as something bad. Just so people will fucking watch your videos. I think hate tuber is a good title for good name to call it, personally. And I just stopped watching most of those people when I realized that's all you were doing. That's all you were doing is you actually are intentionally trying to generate bullshit. Where sometimes there's not bullshit. Like sometimes they would talk about a movie, or I would see the movie first. And then watch their reviews and see how they would talk about it, and they would just go on and on about this message or that message, and this is what they were, and I would be like, I don't see that. Like they would always say that about The Boys. They said that about The Boys a lot. That it was, you know, it was obvious this and it was obvious that, and it was all woke propaganda, and it was hating on Republicans and stuff like that. Yet, and comparing Homelander to Trump, and yet I would watch the show and I would be like, I know that's what they're trying to do. I know that's what their intention is, but it's not coming off in the product. You know what I'm saying? I never once watched, and I watched the first 3 seasons of The Boys. I never once watched it and was like, "Oh, this is obviously what they're doing," because it was such a fucking far out different universe. We're talking about superheroes with superpowers and shit like that. I was like, "This, I see, I'm sorry, I don't see it." Yet they would just go on and on and on about it. And the only reason I stopped watching it was because it got to the point to where it was just lewd, crass, and gory. That's all it was. It wasn't. They got so focused on trying to convince people that that's what they were doing that they lost focus on the actual story, and we're just going for shock value most of the time. Because it is funny how these shows that say nobody is safe, nobody's safe, we could kill anybody at any time. It is funny that after a while you realize, oh, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Look at all these people with plot armor that should not still be alive, but they're alive because you like the actor or because, you've decided that this person has to continue, this particular character has to continue in the story. Like, there was no reason. Think about it. If you're a fucking Homelander, why the fuck would you allow Billy Butcher and his people to continue to exist when you know that they are actively seeking any way they can to destroy you, and they are not going to stop until they do? Why would you leave those people alive? At any point throughout that series, he could have killed any one of them at any time. He was alone with Billy Butcher so many fucking times. Could have fucking killed him. Could have just fucking done it. There was no reason that he wouldn't, but he never did. He could do it in the blink of a fucking eye, and it just be done. Never did. His greatest threat, and he just let him run around loose. It was just like, what? Made no sense. It made more sense in the comics because the boys had powers of their own. So it wasn't as easy to just kill them, because it would have been a fight. Whereas in the show, they were just normal people. Just normal people. I mean, Billy got his cancer powers or what the fuck ever that was. And that was, I guess something, but I don't know. We're just rambling again. But there's another show that got, much like Doctor Who, that got so up its ass about its own message that it forgot that it was supposed to be telling an entertaining story. It forgot that it was supposed to, So unnecessary. Uh-oh. Look at what time it is. Have I already been playing this for... Jesus Christ, I have. It's already been an hour almost. Holy shit. And the sword? Yes. Yes, the sword. Yes, the sword. And there we go. That'll complete that one. Blap, blap, blap. Blap, blap, blap. But yeah, for the actress to say something completely innocuous as fucking this game is for men, women, and gays, it's like, okay. Because that immediately I don't take that as, oh, she said the gay word, so that means that it's going to be woke and horrible and shitty and it's going to be blah, blah, blah. I take that as being like, oh, okay. So she's saying it's for everybody. That's my immediate take on something like that, on a phrase like that. Which is what shit should be. It should be for everybody. I'm not saying that you can't make like a movie or a game that is for a specific audience, but you got to understand, as somebody who the creator of that, is that if you are doing that, then it's not everybody is going to like it. You know, don't expect it to be the biggest thing in the goddamn world and then get pissed off when it's not. When you intentionally set out to make it for one specific group of people. And that is often the problem with writers and showrunners and directors and creators today, is that they want to make things for a very small portion of people, and then they get pissed off that it's not the biggest thing that's ever happened. Well, the only reason my show's not popular is because of misogyny or because of transphobia or because of xenophobia or something like that. It's like, no. You set out to make this for a small group of people, and you accomplished that. And now you're mad. And now you're mad. Well, fuck you. Rick says I couldn't get into it. Which one? Oh, good morning. Good morning, by the way, sir. Good morning. Hope all's going cool for you today. Are you talking about the boys? Yeah, the boys. I mean, it was a really good show. What kept that show going for the entire time was Homelander. Was Anthony Starr's portrayal of Homelander. He was the star of the show. He's who people were tuning in for. And that pissed the creators off so goddamn much because they wanted him to be a surrogate for Donald Trump. That was their intention. They wanted him to be the massive villain, but because the actor was so goddamn good, he was the one that everybody was watching the show to see, and it drove Kripke fucking nuts. It drove him nuts that that people were not responding to his show in the way that he wanted them to. And it ended up being a detriment to the show itself and part of its downfall. And part of why people believe that the series finale was such a fucking letdown, because he wanted Homelander to be weak. He wanted him to get beaten, and because essentially in that last episode where they're beating the shit out of him in the Oval Office of the White House, that he was supposed to be Trump. That was supposed to be Donald Trump that they were doing that to, not Homelander. Homelander was just the image, the avatar for what their intention was. So whereas they kept promising that Homelander was going to cut loose and he was just going to go crazy and he was just going to start wiping shit out, they couldn't let that happen because that would make him look strong. And because they wanted him to be a surrogate for Trump, they had to make him look weak whenever they could. And it hurt the fucking story. It made no sense most of the time. Because of that fact, because you've got this dude and do all this shit, and yet for some fucking no reason at all, he just won't. It made no sense. But and they diverged too much from the comics. But it's also a fact is that people have seen enough deconstruction of superheroes. We've seen enough of the quote unquote gritty, realistic, take on superheroes. The gray, instead of black and white, right and wrong, the gray area, quote unquote gray area kind of superheroes. People have seen enough of that. It's time to give us heroes the way they are. It's time to give us ideals to strive for and not bringing these people down to a normal fucking level, because the comic book characters are modern day mythology. They're like Greek gods. They're supposed to be more than human. They're not supposed to be on our level. I don't want to see a drunk fucking Supergirl like we're going to get in this Supergirl movie coming up. Nobody wants that. People want to see a Supergirl that's virtuous and true and good. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see a fucking failure, a fucking basket case as Supergirl. People don't want that. It's time to give us heroes that are fucking heroes. Not heroes that are, oh, they could almost be a villain. No, nobody fucking wants that. But that's what they keep giving us, and that's why shit keeps fucking failing. Because writers today are a bunch of woke fucking dipshits that are trying to live vicariously through their fucking stories. Writers who are really pretty fucking gray area and dark and evil themselves and have all kinds of inclinations towards bad shit, and they don't understand what a hero is because they're villains. Because they want to impose their will on people like a villain does. So they want you to empathize with the villain. That's why we get so many of these goddamn movies that try to turn you, you know, look at this person. Are they really that bad? Yes, they are. Which was one of the things that I fucking loved about Masters of the Universe, because there's a point in there in the movie where Adam is trying, He-Man is trying to he's trying to get through to Skeletor. He's trying to offer him a deal, and Skeletor just says, "No, I'm the villain. He's like, I could do this and I could do that, but I'm the villain, and I like being the villain." And I was like, fucking yes. Fucking yes. He's just fucking evil. We don't need to know why. We don't need to know what kind, that his dad beat him as a fucking kid. We don't need to know anything like that. We got a blue dude with a skull for a face who's a bad guy. That's it. That's all you need. He is just evil because he fucking wants to be. That's it. That's fucking, that's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. I don't want to sympathize with the villain. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened in your past. The decisions that you make now are what matter. And if you use something that happened in your past as an excuse for the poor decisions that you make now, you're a weak person. You're a weak person. Because somebody was mean to you as a kid does not justify you making horrible, selfish decisions in your adult life. It doesn't. It doesn't. You are still making the choice. Rick says, yep, I don't need a long backstory. Nope. Nope. Some people are just fucking bad. Rick says, I just want to see shit happens. Yep. Masters of the Universe was a really good movie. I highly recommend that movie. I fucking loved it. I'm still working on my in-depth review, by the way. The problems with my laptop has been slowing me down considerably on it, and I apologize for that. But yeah, it was a fucking awesome movie. It was fucking there was some cringe jokes. You know what I'm saying? There was some cringe jokes in it. Some silliness, that was maybe unnecessary, but by and large, I thought it was a fucking phenomenal movie. Fucking phenomenal movie. they treated they made some tongue-in-cheek jokes about the whole thing, but the show itself was kind of silly, goofy fun sometimes, so it kept, I thought it kept with the theme, the overall theme of the show. And it looks absolutely fucking spectacular. It looks spectacular. And I, because of that fact, because it looked like a literal fucking real life version of the He-Man cartoon, I was willing to overlook so fucking much. I went into that movie willing to be like, okay, I'm prepared to overlook a lot of shit because of the care that they went into creating these characters and the look of this universe. And it turns out that I didn't have a whole lot that I had to overlook. Like I said, there was a couple of cringe jokes here and there, but by and large, it was a fucking awesome movie. And the universe that it's setting up, I'm on board. I'm on board. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. So I'm glad that the studio has come out and said that while it may have been, it may have made less than they wanted to on the opening weekend, it does not change their plans for the franchise. I was like, oh, thank you. Fucking thank you. Fucking thank you. I think it's a movie that's going to see a little bit more life as it goes. I think it's going to have a little longer standing in the theaters. I think it's going to crawl its way up to making a pretty good amount of money. And I think they know that the merchandising is going to do pretty well, and they're prepared for they believe it's going to do really well when it goes to Prime. So I'm happy. I'm happy with it. Happy with it. We're down here. Let's go ahead and do this thing over here. We'll just go ahead and do it since I'm here.
Descendant, a large cluster of breach creatures has been detected in the area. Breach creature response confirmed. Approaching location.
Yeah, it just was over really quick. Rick asked, did I spot Wally yet? It was just over really quick. Yeah, that's how quick it went. Rick says, oh, I went to make coffee. Yeah, that's how quick it went by. It was quick. We apparently had a couple of heavy hitters in the crowd. Yeah, looks like.
Special assault ship identified.
Where's it at?
Picking up void mutant signals. Be careful.
Don't need your help, Snake Eyes.
Descendant,
What?
Requesting takedown of enemy assault ship. Picking up is going to be a mistake. Be careful. Breach follower squad approaching in encircling formation. Respond immediately. Hold this special assault ship spotted. Descendants, primary tactical objective confirmed in Operation Zone. Please take it out.
Had to get the fuck out of there before he restarted it. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's all Rick says in a certain angle and the right hair. Serena reminds me of Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, it is pretty obvious that they modeled her. If they didn't intentionally model Serena on fucking Sydney Sweeney, they got really fucking close accidentally. Then it is pretty clear because she does look a lot like Sydney Sweeney. But I think Sydney Sweeney is attractive. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think she is necessarily all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's a hot blonde, but she's not like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? She's got big tits, yeah, obviously, but I don't. The biggest appeal to her is the fact that that people are like really happy that she's not woke. But
Descendant,
apart from that, it's
environmental
like,
data
yeah, she's
collection at
pretty,
the Axiom
but
deposit has been completed.
you know,
Please
there's
activate the
prettier.
stabilizer.
There's definitely prettier. Okay. Now we've done this. I don't understand. So, what is the deal with the teeth missions now? You don't get you don't get the things that you used to get for just doing it once. Now you have to do it multiple times. Is that the way it goes? Because I noticed that I'm not getting that mail of the items that you used to get when you defeated the teeth mission. Rick says, I'm lost now. What do you mean, how are you lost? Huh, said I don't know what anything is anymore. What do you mean? Are you referring to the game? The whole game? Yeah, they changed a few things in the last update. For sure. Rick says a few. They changed a lot, he says. I've definitely noticed the teeth missions don't give you the bonus shit anymore. And it's not one of these failed rewards because it was always a separate thing from the failed rewards. So that has nothing to do with it. In case anybody out there is like, well, you need to do this. No, that has nothing to do with it. Dangerous truth. The truth is always dangerous. But the truth is the most important thing in the world. Truth is all that matters. And if your world would crumble, if the truth were revealed, then your world deserves to crumble. That's what I got to say. If the truth would destroy you, then you deserve to be destroyed. Oh shit. Have I mentioned today how much I love this fucking gun? I don't know if I have. I think I should say it, just in case. I love this fucking gun. And if any of you motherfuckers out there fucking bitch about it to get it to be nerfed, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. I might have, Rick says. It's entirely possible. I do love this gun. No, don't do that. Thank you. Ah. What are we looking at? 40! 40! 40! We'll do this one next, since it's halfway done. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright. Back to Albion! interesting outfit. Yep, that's an interesting outfit. Hobo and Walmart's back. That's a name. That's a name that's easily going to be remembered. I will know if I see that person again. Hobo and Walmart. That is a memorable name. For sure. Let's oh, that's not where I need to go. That's where I need to go. Let's do our Freyna mission. Just for shits and giggles. We'll go in the new outfit. Rick says, how did you build your wind cage? The whirlwind gun? I'll have to show you when I get done with this.
Descendant, we've been waiting for you. Our soldiers have suffered extensive casualties while holding off the enemy onslaught.
I will show you when I get done with this here.
They must be transported safely to Albion.
Ray says it's the same like the Thunder Cage, just wind. Ah, I see. There went one. That's a pretty good distance. Oh yeah, Rick says, did I fully put all the copies together? Yeah. Yeah, it's all done.
How's that?
Yeah, yeah. Rick says, "Wow, Mr. C, you've been busy." Yeah, I was pretty focused on getting that gun maxed out pretty quick. Once I realized how devastating it was. It was going to be VS's new gun. I was like, "Yep, I need to get this thing done." Fuck you.
Watch your feet. Melt away. This is your grave. Burn.
Do you think you will lose to me?
God damn it. Yeah, get back down there.
more soldiers for the time being. Thank you, Descendant. You're a lifesaver.
Okay, now I'll show you my whirlwind. Wait, go back to your normal outfit. There it is. Almost 3 million, just barely shy of 3 million DPS. I'm quite happy with it. Quite happy with it. It has worked well for me. It is by far my most powerful gun now. By far. No doubt. We had something we had to do for her real quick. 40, 40, 40. Oh, continue this one. I think it's safe to say that Freyna is going to be the next one that I get max cat. Thank you, sir. Rick says, looking good, Mr. C. All right, now we'll switch back. Hmm. We'll let Luna have some fun. You know what I just thought? I'm gonna have to look back on the Masters of the Universe movie. And I was just thinking of how, you know, because my mind rambles and wanders and shit like that. But at any rate, I was just thinking, you know, about how much care they gave to the world building and to getting the character designs exactly the way they were in the cartoons and shit, you know. And then my mind was like, especially the sword. The sword looks absolutely fucking perfect. So fucking perfect. And then my brain was like, I wonder if anybody's making replicas. Because if there's somebody out there making replicas of the He-Man Power Sword, I will have one. I will have one. I need to look that up. I need to start looking and seeing if anybody is producing replicas. Because that is a fucking replica that I would love to fucking have. Without a doubt. I would have a replica of the He-Man Power Sword. It'll go with all my other replicas of stuff that I have. I have so much shit. I have I've got an Infinity Gauntlet. I've got Cosmic Cube. I've got a Captain America shield. I have Mjolnir. I have Wonder Woman's lasso. I have many different colored lantern rings. Not just green lanterns, but red lanterns, indigo, fucking yellow, blue, all of them. White, black. I got shitloads of those. I've got a Hellraiser box. I've got the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. I've got the 10th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. I've got a Death Note. I've got fucking Doctor Who's, or not Doctor Who, but Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto. I've got fucking a Batman utility belt. I've got there's more stuff. I've got a shitload. Like I've got an armory of of replicas. So much shit. So much shit. And more stuff I'd like to have. I'd love to have a life-size Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. I have a miniature one. Like it's very small. It looks like it would work for, you know, an actual door. But I would love to have a, you know, and they do make life-size replica Keyblades. I'd like to have one of those. There's lots of other Marvel and DC stuff that I would like to have as well. Oh, I have a Necronomicon from Evil Dead. I forgot. I have a Necronomicon. Activated that too soon. Black Panther necklace, you know, the necklace in the movies that he touched it and his armor appeared. I have one of those. Ain't nobody. I mean, you can question my my cred as a lifelong fan of comics, sci-fi, horror, and all that stuff. You can question it, but I've got I've got the proof. You know what I'm saying? I've got replicas. I've got fucking over 5,000 fucking comic books. I've got probably over 3,000 fucking action figures, miniatures, PVC models, dolls. It's crazy the amount of shit that I have amassed over the years, and the amount of shit that I have sold off. You know, because there was a point in time when my collecting, it was so scattered. It was like I was collecting everything: Star Trek, Star Wars, fucking DC, Marvel. You know, I had He-Man and fucking everything. And then at a point in time, I had to be like, okay, I can't keep up with everything. So I'm gonna have to streamline and figure out which one of these IPs is most important to me. And that ended up being comic books. So all my stuff, in particular DC. So I ended up selling off a lot of my shit to focus on DC. Because if I could exist in a make-believe IP, if I could exist in one of those universes, you know, DC universe would be the one. Because I would want to live in the world where, you know, there's museums to superheroes. Where you could go to a museum and see the costumes and the outfits and the shit and the villains, and, you know, you could see on this day the Flash saved the city from this bad guy, and on this day this happened. You know, that by far is the universe that I would want to exist in. Where, you know, Superman flies through the city and everybody stops and they're like, Superman, hey, Superman! Or you could be at the grocery store and the Flash would come running in to grab a bunch of food. First, I would want to exist in. Now, of course, it'd be dangerous. Any one of these IPs would be dangerous. Any goddamn one that you can think of. Anyone you can think of, there would be like untold fucking danger. Whatever universe, you would be like, I want to live in Marvel, or I want to live in, you know, Lord of the Rings, or I want to live in Doctor Who. It's like, okay, yeah, but all that shit, there's massive catastrophes that happen in all those fucking universes that you could just easily be wiped out in a moment's notice. So it's not like any of them would be safe. Already time for another wall crusher. You know what's funny? Speaking about my replica collection, you know what's funny? I mentioned that I have a Hellraiser box, right? Do you know how I'm just gonna say this right now. Everybody's seen the movie Hellraiser, right? You know what the Hellraiser box is? It's the puzzle box that unlocks the fucking gates to hell, right? And brings the Cenobites up to fucking take you to hell, right? Knowing this, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Knowing this, everybody that I've ever showed it to has immediately picked the box up and tried to work it. It's like it's every fucking person I've ever handed it to has done that little circle thing and moved their thumb around it like they're trying to open it. And I just think to myself, God, are you stupid? Are you stupid? The first thing you do when somebody gives you a replica of a key to unlocking hell is you try to open it. What the fuck is wrong with you? But they do. Every fucking one of them. It's fucking crazy. It's hilarious. Harris says, "Hey, oh, what are you talking about?" Good morning, Harris. I was talking about earlier, I was mentioning my replica collection. I was talking about He-Man and how much I was hoping that somebody does a replica power sword from the movie. You know, an actual sized, real life power sword. And I was talking about my replicas and the fact that one of the things that I have is a replica Hellraiser box. You know, the box that unlocks the gate to hell. And that everybody I've ever showed it to, you know, who's ever come over to my house and I've showed off my collection and I hand them the box, everybody tries to work it, tries to open it. And it's just like somebody hands you something that's supposed to be a key to unlocking hell and bringing demons to earth, and the first thing you fucking do is you try to fucking open it. It's like, yeah, I know it's a replica. Yeah, I know it's not real, but Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you? But everybody I've ever shown it to, it's like that's their first reaction is they spin their thumb along the circle on top of it, which is the first part of unlocking it. And it's like, what are you doing? What if by some odd chance I just happen to have a real fucking Hellraiser box? The first thing you do is try to fucking open it. It's just funny. But yeah, I was mentioning I have a massive collection of replica stuff. I could go over it again. It's a lot. I essentially have an armory of imaginary weapons.
Descendant.
What?
Environmental data collection at the
I don't
accident
care.
deposit has been completed.
I don't
Please
care.
activate the stabilizer.
I'm not gonna. Call Jaber. Everybody's checking out my shit. Hendrix forever. I hear you. He was a fucking... He was a gift to the world of music, for fucking sure. There is no denying the talents of Jimi Hendrix. Has anybody ever heard the, probably not, because it is very rare and it is very bootleg, but there is one song, a collaboration between Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison. There is one song, and I know because my roommate had it. My roommate, I've mentioned him before, my roommate from many years ago when I lived with a bunch of dudes that I worked with at the restaurant. We were a bunch of friends, a bunch of potheads, and we just decided one day, why don't we get a house? And we were like, yeah, let's get a house. So we just basically had a party house. But there was one guy, Jeremy, who was essentially, if you put us together, I was like the metal version of him, and he was the hippie version of me, and to the point that and we even kind of looked alike, and a lot of people would be like, are you two brothers? We got that all the time. We'd be like, no, we're not fucking brothers. But, and he was a massive collector of 60s music, you know, the Doors, fucking Jimi Hendrix, fucking the Beatles. That was his shit, because he was a hippie, you know, so he was inclined to that kind of music, and he got every fucking bootleg, every goddamn thing that he could fucking find. I mean, he was constantly looking for rare and shit like that. And he found a bootleg song that is the only collaboration between Jimi Hendrix and fucking Jim Morrison. And it happened after Jim Morrison had moved in his later years of his career, when he had moved to Paris. And Jimi Hendrix happened to be playing a club in Paris that Jim Morrison was getting drunk at. And Jim Morrison started heckling Jimi Hendrix because he was fucked up. And Jimi Hendrix just started playing along. He just started playing a song along to the shit that Jimi Hendrix, or that Jim Morrison was doing. And the song is called Fuck Her in the Ass, My Baby. Because that's basically all you can hear from Jim Morrison, is he just keeps screaming over and over again, fuck her in the ass, my baby. And Jimi Hendrix is playing along with it. The only collaboration between the two of them on a drunken night in Paris, in just some fucking club. It's no Stairway to Heaven, let me assure you. You know what I'm saying? It's no great song. It's not a very complex song, but it does exist. And this was well before the days of AI, so it wasn't fake. You know what I'm saying? No. There. Thank you.
Launching void vessel exploration operation.
Harris says, don't forget to claim ETA voucher and Void Intercept Battle Void Abyss. Oh, for the outfits? I got the backpack. I'm not really interested in the outfits, to be honest with you. I got the only good one as far as I'm concerned. cigarette went out. Hold on. Hold on, bad guys. Alright. I'm right here.
Please verify the data.
Officer, give this descendant the goods.
it's such a horrible outfit. It's so horrible. Um, I mean, it's so horrible. So horrible, I don't know who to give it to. I guess we'll get one for Blair. And we'll get one for her. Just for shits and giggles. There we go. Harris says, am. Am? Or did you say ancestor module? Is that what you said?
When will you visit again?
Oh, this? I don't care. I've got plenty. I got all kinds. Alright, we've done all our dailies. Done all the dailies. Hmm. Okay. What'd I get? Oh yeah, the new shit. The new shit. Which is where... Nope. There it is. That's just god-awful. That's just god-awful. That's just horrible. Just horrible. Just horrible. There it is. Okay, it's the back piece. Okay. What are you? Gold. Not anymore. And then that leaves you for the energy. And you are this Okay. Gonna have to buy another slot to put that armor in, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's see if I have enough to get anything good here. I need one of those. E-Buster. Okay. I don't know if I needed any of those pieces, but and I don't think there's anything else at the moment. There is not. Okay. So let's go see if any of these are usable. I'm a TV. Ooh, I like that blue and black. That's cool. And that's good too. I like the Haley.
Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
Ah, yes. Let's see. What is that going to give me enough to get them all? No, I still need this one. Still need this one. So we're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close. I need one more of the E-Buster to actually get the E-Buster. No biggie. No biggie. Let's see. Now, let's do some of his shit. And where is it? Exposed underwater base. So I guess that's where we're going now. We're gonna try to get some Osmo pieces so we can get him unlocked. And I'm going to take a moment, get to journey to the kitchen with me to get something to drink. Oh, something to drink. Do, 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 do. Hello, kitty cats. Oh, I know my cats are miserable without air conditioning. As miserable as am I. Hey, Opus. Hey, Opus. I would reach down to pet you, but you're eating some food, and I'm not going to. Eat some food, baby. I won't bother you. Opus is the one, because I've got 6 cats. I got 6 cats. 5 of them are related. There's a mother and her 4 kittens. They're not kittens anymore. They're over 10 years old, but you get what I'm saying. They're her children. And then I have Opus, who is not a part of their family. And because of that, they end up bullying him quite a bit. To the point to where a lot of times he doesn't feel safe eating unless I'm out here. Because he knows that I will kick their ass if they fuck with him. Because they're assholes. Fuck off, you guys. Let him fucking eat. And they will do that if they see him eating or if they see him drinking. There's a couple of them that will immediately come try to get in his fucking way and start fucking with him while he's trying to eat. Like he'll just walk up to the food bowl, and the next thing you know, there's 2 or 3 cats that are trying to crowd him, and it makes him uncomfortable, and he stops eating or stops drinking and walks away, and it makes me want to kick them in the face every time they do that to him. It's like they're monitoring his intake of food and water, and there's like, no, that's all you're allotted today. Fuck off. It makes me so goddamn mad. So goddamn mad. Back to the game. Back to the game. Oh. So mad it makes me when they do that to him. It'd be different if he fucked with them. You know, if he was like an asshole or something, but he's genuinely not. He just wants to eat in peace. And they won't let him. One of those lovely things that you encounter when you have multiple animals, because a lot of people who aren't pet people don't realize that a cat out on the street or a dog out on the street, right, is a completely different animal to one that is domesticated. They don't think that they have personalities. They think that they're just like mechanical, like an insect or something, you know. But it's not the case. When you bring an animal inside and you domesticate
Descendant. Environmental data collection at the
that allows
pod
for
has
its
been
personality
completed. Please activate the stabilizer.
to come forth. You know, when you have a cat or a dog that's feral that lives on the street, their only real focus is survival. So there's never really an opportunity for their personalities to really emerge like they do when they're domesticated. So when you have more than one animal, sometimes their personalities don't gel. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. Sometimes they just don't like each other. And you know, you don't know this until they're grown. You can't really determine that that's going to happen until they're grown. And there's a couple of those 4 kittens that are just fucking assholes. I wonder if I could do this on my own. Let's find out. Let's find out. I think we probably can. I think we probably can.
Initiating the underwater base search operation, Descendant. Multiple Vulgus approaching from the front. Neutralize them.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Red stuff.
Exit security disarmed. Descendant, proceed inside.
Damn it.
Descendant, destroy the device up ahead. Multiple Vulgus signals detected with operation. Proceed with caution. We're detecting multiple Vulgus signals. spike from here on out.
Heard. Hold on. Where'd the other bullets go? There they are.
Descendant, massive energy signal detected inside the laboratory. Be careful. Operation complete. Great job.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. So I can do it on my own. I like that. I like that. But it'll be quicker to go with other people. I'm happy with my Viesa now. She is all I want her to be.
Initiating the underwater base search operation, Descendant. Multiple Vulgus approaching from the front. Neutralize them. Disarmed. Descendant, proceed inside. Descendant, destroy the device up ahead. Multiple Vulgus signals. here on out. Descendant, massive energy signal detected inside the laboratory. Be careful. Operation complete. Great job, Descendant.
Did I get another one? Maybe? I did. Oh, okay. 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 That's good. That's excellent. Let's do this a couple more times then. We'll do this a couple more times. That should put us right about it. Wally time.
Initiating the underwater base search operation, Descendant. Multiple Volga signals detected in the operation zone. Proceed with caution. Exit security disarmed. Descendant, proceed inside. Descendant, destroy the device up ahead. Multiple Volgas approaching from the front. Neutralize them. We're detecting multiple Volga signals. Great job, Descendant.
Another one. Nope, I didn't get one that time. Okay. Here's hoping. Here's hoping we get one this time.
Initiating the underwater base search operation, Descendant. Multiple Vulcan signals detected in the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
Why don't somebody leave the mission?
Exit security disarmed. Descendant, proceed inside. Device up ahead. Signals detected in operation. Proceed with caution. We're detecting multiple Vulcan signals. Hover bike from here on out. Descendant, massive energy signal detected inside the laboratory. Be careful. Great job.
No sweat. And look what I even did. I even got another level on my gun. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. I didn't get another one, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and see if I can get a piece here. Let's see if we can get anything. Okay, that's 2 pieces. All right, all right. Need to go to Albion. Back to Albion! Back to Albion! We'll go over y'all.
Oh, the special human child. What do you need?
Okay, so I just need one more piece. Holy shit. And a shitload of those pyramids. 212. 212 of the pyramids I need. And only one more piece. That's fucking awesome. Alright. Sweet. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Sweet! Alright. Now. Time to do the wall crasher. Throw on the wall crasher armor. Hey, good morning, Skywalker. How's it going, dude? Oh, really? He says he just saw me in Albion. A pit stop on my way to the Wally. Almost got the shit I need for Asimo. For ultimate Asimo.
Oh, I felt that!
No critters lurking around. Okay. Skywalker says, yeah, I'm on my second account. We was at nice. Oh, I hear you. I gotta get a second account going myself. Not to. The only reason that I want a second account is to increase my now the word has escaped me, but to be able to take more pictures. More variety. There we go. More variety on the pictures that I can do for thumbnails. So essentially, my second account would just be to have a photographer. Oh, really? Okay. My first account has all ultimates. My second has all the regulars. I see. You know, I noticed that nobody brings dogs to this. Most of the time, people do not have their dogs. I've begun to notice this. Harris says, last game. Yeah. Skywalker said dogs are hidden out. You can't see other people's dogs? Really? I did not know that. Interesting. I wonder why I mean, I guess it's a lot of clutter on the screen, but I mean, it never really bothered me. I used to have it to show all, but now the option is grayed out. I did not know that. Huh. But I did wonder why I wasn't seeing them anymore. Interesting. I just figured people were like, I don't need a dog. I mean, I think that should be a choice, though. I mean, I don't see the reason why you would make that, forced on us. If you want to see other people's dogs, you ought to be able to see other people's dogs. Where are you going? Where are you going? Yep, I'm talking to you. Get back over here. Thank you. Good boy. That's a good boy. You'll be all right. Yes, you'll be fine. Just chill. Just chill. Good boy. No treats yet. Be good, you get treats. Get your fucking face out of my ass. It's highly inappropriate. just for shits and giggles. I know it's not a lot. Oh, almost 300 million. That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. It's weird. Flesh tone on armor is kind of strange. I gotta say. We almost got an ultimate Osmo. That's awesome. I just need one more piece and a shitload of pyramids. So I got some. Oh, let's change back. So I got some offline grinding to do for some pyramids. Some offline grinding. So thank you everybody for being here today. Rick Harris, Skywalker, always a pleasure, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you all stopping by. Hope you all have some pretty cool day today. Hope you got a lazy Saturday planned. For those of you who were lurking, and I know you were out there, I could see the numbers going up and down. Thank you for being here. We feel your support through your silence. We wouldn't mind it, you know, if you said, hey, you introduced yourself. That'd be pretty cool. But, you know, hey, you do you. You do you. Not everybody's outgoing. I get it. And for those of you who are watching this as a video later, thank you very much for making it this far into the video. But you kind of have to hear me thanking you for making it this far into the video. It's catch-22. See? But thank you, yes. If any of you groups of people that I just mentioned saw something here that you were entertained by, maybe my banter, maybe the pretty girl shooting stuff, perhaps you could see your way clear to leave me a like, a comment, a share, or a subscribe. Any one of those things is immensely helpful for the channel, helps it grow, helps it flourish, helps sneak me into that algorithm that might throw me in front of somebody's face that'd be interested in what I'm doing. And that'd be pretty cool. Subscriptions are particularly important right now. I'm 61 away from the 500 necessary to unlock super chats and memberships. So anything you can do to help speed that process along, I would certainly appreciate. Be very thankful for. And should you choose to, and this is totally up to you, totally optional, but if you should choose to, you will find links to my Patreon and my Ko-fi on my YouTube community page. If you saw something here that you think might be worth $1 or $2, that would be the place to drop it. It too would be immensely appreciated. Thank you in advance. While you're at all that, check out the rest of the shit on my channel. I have over 1,500 videos. Over 1,500 videos. Crazy amount of stuff to entertain your eyeballs. All kinds of stuff to keep you occupied. I've got concerts that I've been to that were shot on a really good quality phone, so if you're into that handful of bands that I've posted, they're worth a look. Check them out. I have original music that I write the lyrics to, and I stress that 100% I write the lyrics to, and then I give life to those songs through an AI app in the form of a 4-piece all-girl metal band called The Circle. You will find 10 albums on my channel at the moment. More is coming eventually in the future, but I have to find a new app and all this other shit. So it's going to take a bit, but more is coming. They're about 12 songs a piece, about 30 minutes a piece. Not a huge investment of your time. And you never know, you may really dig it. You never know. And also, if you would like to see what the lovely ladies of The Circle look like, I have a couple of posts on my YouTube community page that you can check out to see exactly what they look like. And you can also find the lovely ladies of The Circle every Wednesday night on Wicked Wednesday Night. That is the female division of my original character simulated wrestling federation. The men's division is every Monday for Monday Night Mania, and then I also have a female celebrity federation that's every Tuesday. That's Tuesday Night Download. There's a DC versus Marvel coming soon, and upgrades for the men's division and the female celebrity federation coming towards the end of the year. Harris says, see you next time. Indeed, sir. You have a good one. On top of all that, I do these daily live streams like you saw right here today, this very morning, between 6 and 9, where I play this wonderful game that we all love so much, the First Descendant. Sometimes chat joins in and we take on some of the harder missions or just go farming for materials, and sometimes chat's here to give me advice on how to build my characters, and sometimes they're here to give me shit on the ways that I choose to do that. But regardless, a fun time is had by all, and we would love for you to be a part of it. We've developed a really cool community of some really solid dudes that show up on a regular basis, sometimes to say hi, sometimes to play along, but we're pretty open. We just want to hang out and talk about the things that we like and play a game that we like, you know. Is that so wrong? I don't think so. So if you see us pop up in your feed, don't be afraid to stop on by and say hey. We'll say hey, and it'll be fun. Also, every Friday, between 8 and 11, I have Fall Guys Fortnite Friday. That's in flux at the moment due to the additional thing that I'm doing now with movies, seeing the premieres and trying to do movie reviews. So I'm still working on exactly how and when and what I should do with it. But I'll get back to it. Just be patient. Be patient. On top of all that, as if that wasn't enough, I have a shitload of playthroughs. All kinds of genres, all kinds of titles. I've got horror, action, adventure, racing, roguelite, walking simulators. I got gacha games. I got all kinds of stuff to meet whatever you might prefer to watch. I've got some stuff. And hey, if there's something specifically that you would like to see me play that I don't have a playthrough of, just drop it in the comments. I've got a massive library of over 300 games that I've played precious little of. And if it's in there, or it is free to play, it will get bumped up to the top of the list to be rotated in after I finish the next one. It is just that easy to have impact and influence on the content produced by this channel. All you gotta do is say, hey, play this, and I'll be like, yeah, alright. That sounds cool. That easy. That easy. And I know you were sitting out there thinking, Carmenor, there's got to be more. I need some more. Is there more? There is more. As I mentioned, I'm doing movie reviews now. Yeah, so there's that. I'll be going to see the new releases either on the Friday or the Saturday of the weekend that they come out, and I'll be doing first the night of an immediate straight out of the theater review that I'll be posting as a short, so it'll give you a couple little highlights and my basic opinion on the movie. And then towards the end of the week, I will then have a more extended, in-depth review where I go over the story and the things and the aspects I like of it. And yes, there will be spoilers, so if you don't like spoilers, I don't care. That's not my problem. Go see the movie. Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff to entertain you. Your one-stop shop for all kinds of shit. And I guess, ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, that just leaves me to say thank you once again. Your continued support of this channel and my attempts to turn this into a job is, I cannot thank you enough. I really can't thank you enough, guys. It means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, later.